So going back now, I'm just thinking about when I was young and I had my dreams of, I think every young kid had their little dreams of wanting to be a drug kingpin at one point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a lot of people around where I come from, kid.
Right.
Well, you came up at a different time though. When I was coming up, I didn't want to be a drug dealer. If somebody would have told me 2 weeks before I started selling drugs I was going to be a drug dealer, I would have laughed so hard at them. I would have said, "You the biggest fool in the world."
You want to be Arthur Ashe.
That's who I wanted to be.
Nice. Tennis.
Okay.
What was it about Arthur Ashe that attracted you?
Well, Ash was a stand-up guy. Ash broke a lot of barriers. The color barriers. Not only was he the first African American man to ever win a major tennis tournament, and possibly one of the greatest tennis players ever. Ash won tournaments before they became money tournaments. He also was the first person to wear colors on a tennis court. Tennis used to be all white. They didn't allow you to wear, red and blue and green and yellow, all the colors. Ash started that. He also went to South Africa, and marched on apartheid. So he was more than just a tennis player. He was an activist. He fought for the people, almost like a Muhammad Ali of tennis.
Absolutely, he was. He was the Muhammad Ali of tennis. I remember just as a child, just reading all these. I just used to love books with black people in them. Like that's what made me want to read. And first of all,
I never saw one of those. I didn't see one of those, so I went to prison.
See, again, the school that I went to, they had a little library, and they had books on Muhammad Ali, Hank Aaron, Arthur Ashe, Nate Archibald, like a lot of fucking Joe Louis, shit like that. And I just used to just eat them up. Like I just used to be real attracted to reading about black people from a young age. That in World War II for some reason. But back to my original thing. When I did have those fantasies, one of the things was like, how the fuck do you meet this connect? Like somebody's like, yo, you need to connect. Like, you know what I mean? Like that seemed like one of the hardest things. Like, cause you could meet a nigga that's gonna sell it to you at a high price so that they can get their profit. You like, how do you cut that middleman out and get to the direct source? Seemed to be like a magical thing. You know what I mean?
No magic. It's just
For someone that don't know how to get to it, it is magic. It's getting something from nothing. So how did you get?
Well, basically, for the most part, the basic steps is taking your money, letting your money work for you. You have to grow. If what I was able to do was outgrow the guy in front of me. I would get bigger than he was. And it got to a point to where he no longer could be standing in front of me because I was too big for him to stand in front of. So he had to take a back seat.
Yeah, you're a upholstery teacher, yes?
Huh?
You're a upholstery teacher, yes?
Well, he made the introduction, yeah. He made the introduction to the guy.
First, and then you got too big for him and you had to go to move to the next dude.
Exactly. But it's really where you're putting your craft down to a point to where you basically can't be stopped. Nobody can stand in front of you. Almost the same way, with the stuff I do now. I just keep pushing forward to where there's nobody can be in front. Just the other day. I looked on my Instagram and one of my high school tennis players who is Clarence Avon's bodyguard. And I found out that Clarence Avon's daughter goes married to the guy who owned Netflix, and something told me, you know what, call your guy And I've been trying to get him to make the introduction for a while, and someone said, you know what, call him and tell
That's
me
why
okay.
she went in. Because I saw the documentary, Clarence Avon and the daughter. I was like, her husband. I was like, what? I said, oh, okay. I was like, I'd surprised the shit out of me, her husband. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he owns Netflix.
Aha.
That's why.
Yes.
Jesus.
So it came to me the other day, man, just pay him to take you to the source. And that's how you do it, you know. The marijuana industry, same way, you know, the clothing industry, same way. I mean, all of this stuff, it works the same. You just have to, first thing you have to do is you have to know what you want. You know, a lot of times we don't really understand what we want out of life. What I found out, the reason I went to prison is because unconsciously I wanted to go to prison. You know, I literally made my mind up that I should be in prison.
Why?
And
Why did you feel that way?
well, I felt I was doing something wrong. I felt that I was breaking the law. And if you break the law, you should be punished.
Well, hang
And
on. Was it the breaking the law, or was it the effect of what you were doing?
well, this is even before I knew that crack was addictive. You know, one time we didn't know that crack cocaine was addictive. You know, it took a few years before you could tell that somebody was addicted.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense, because that's
You
how
know, people don't.
got caught out there.
Yeah, they don't deteriorate in one day or 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It takes a bit of a time. You know, I've seen people start off, you know, take their first hit, and for months and years, you know, they're able to control it, but then just one day they just lose control and go all out.
So by the time you started realizing, yo, these motherfuckers is like addicted to this shit, crazy. Mothers is fucking abandoning children, all kind of crazy shit is going on. Like what's going through your mind? Because you got to be mad deep in now, yes?
Oh yeah. I'm sprung at this time myself. You know, when I start to see that, and the first time I really noticed it is with my own family.
Mm.
You know, when you start to say, you know, that I don't want my brother, my sister, my mom, my uncle, my cousins, my girlfriend, when you start to say that you don't want them doing it, then you know something is wrong.
Mm.
And that was when the point that I started to realize, you know, but at first you say, you know, well, if you don't do it, somebody else will. So you might as well get the money.
Yep.
But then it gets to a point to where your conscience start to wear on you, and then you start to say, well, it's not about the money. But even with that, you know, somebody asked a question the other day, was saying, what was the question? It was like, when do you don't need to sell drugs, and do you quit because you have everything that you need? And you know, that was a thought-provoking question. It really made me like ponder, you know, like, oh yeah, you got $4 million, you can quit.
When is enough enough?
Right. So, you know, going through all of that, and just not knowing, you know, when to quit. But I did quit before I thought I had enough. You know, I felt that I could have gotten a little more, and would have been a little better off. But my conscience did start to wear on me, where
Well,
I did start.
said that you made like what, 500 million or something like that. Like, and that might be net. They said like in today's equivalent, you might have made like 2.7 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
Your gross
I
revenue
mean, but
900 million.
even with that, you know, Jeff Bezos got 100 billion, and he still don't have enough.
Right.
So the number is not really what is the factor. The factor is going to be, when do you get your mind in a state that you can now walk away? Because believe it or not, drug dealers are also addicts.
Right.
Okay.
Addicts to the money, addicts to the lifestyle.
Did you have an exit strategy? What was your exit strategy? Like, what was your end goal?
Believe it or not, as dumb as I was, I did think that I had an exit strategy. You know, I was buying businesses. I owned motels, car washes, tire shops, beauty salons, apartment buildings, houses. But at the same time, none of those brought in the type of cash that I was used to. You know, none of those could fill the void of my hunger for cash and need for cash. Because the more money you get, and especially if you're somebody like me, you know, I believe that you're only as strong as your weakest link. And when I say that, you know, I couldn't see my family members out here hungry, sleeping on the streets, and I'm a multimillionaire.
Right.
You know, that boat won't float.
Right. I see somebody made a comment. It's like, it's kind of similar to the Wolf of Wall Street. I was thinking that too. It's like, even when he was told, like, get out now, you know, you can beat this thing scot free. Like, he couldn't walk away. So that makes complete sense.
What's the most extravagant thing you spent money on back then in your prime?
I didn't really buy extravagant things. My fetish was businesses. I love doing business. I looked at the dope game as a way of financing businesses.
So you would have never put a $24 million diamond in your forehead, is what you're telling me?
No, not at all. Never wore gold. Didn't care about the designer jeans and so forth.
What do you think about, you know, when you see the kids out here putting diamonds in their foreheads and shit like that? And like, you heard about that, right? About the young man.
I haven't.
Oh yeah, Little Uzi Vert. Little Uzi Vert, he's a rapper.
I know who Uzi Vert is.
Yeah. Apparently he put a $24 million diamond implanted in his forehead. Yeah. Big as a motherfucker. And again, when you say, I just wonder, like, when you do things like that, is your whole family straight? Like, you know what I mean? For generations to come, like, and I mean your whole family, not just your straight immediate, you know what I mean? Whole family, cousins, all of that. Like, because that just seems crazy to me.
Well, you would think that would be if you got that kind of money to blow. You know, if you can blow 24 million, then you should have already blew 5 million on building a safe haven for family members that fall on hard times.
Right. Damn near a whole community. Like, but I don't think we doing things like that. I don't think
you know, blacks haven't been, you know, we're the only people who came over here and changed. And you know, a lot of people wonder why other people are able to come over here and get on, is because they come over here with roadmaps. They come over here with instructions. We don't have instructions. And you know, money don't come with instructions. It don't tell you what you should do with it. So a lot of times with blacks, and when you look at our history, we're only a couple generations out of slavery. You know, so when you see these kids and they touch this money, it's because nobody has ever taught them what money should be used for. You know, in my book, money is only a tool to use to accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself.